Polish pilots serve, and with a fantastic F-16 display. We promised you some firsts in today's show, and here is one of them. And completely appropriate with the Portuguese search and rescue cover for in Europe. In fact, Portugal is responsible for the second largest area worldwide, only behind that of Canada. It's remarkable, you wouldn't think it really, would you? But it is absolutely true, and it's an area that stretches from its own coastline way out into the mid-Atlantic, and it's very important to be well equipped for this role because this zone takes in the major air and sea routes to North America. Until 40 knots are reached, followed by a climb, a full invert, diving towards the ground, gain speed, and then into a high performance turn, which then transitions into a stall turn. Really nice demo, that helicopter with a lot of presence. Now, before the next display item, we're going to be getting a US Air Force Boeing C-17A Globemaster III transport aircraft on its way. This is from Washington State. We've been here on a support mission related to one of the statistics of that outstanding aeroplane. Developed as a partnership between France, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands and later Portugal, then H-90 first flew in 1995 and eventually entered service in 2007. Finishing that portion with a 360-degree steep stop turn to the left. The aircraft brings its speed back from 120 knots, descending to 100 feet above the ground for some hovering demonstrations. The Merlin we saw earlier, a 3-engine helicopter. This is a twin, a pair of Rolls-Royce Turbomeca RTM 322s in this case. Award winners was the great Captain Charlie Zimmermann with his aerobatic
MBB Ball 105 helicopter display, which some of you may well remember. So very good to have the Heeresflieger back here 40 years later. Completing that incredibly tight. You could hear the blade slap there. The rotors were absolutely on max performance. 360-degree turn, stopped for the customary bow and departed around a bit more. The Portuguese operated the G91, the West Germans as well. There were different variants. The single-seat twin-engine G91Y, peculiar to the Italian Air Force G91T trainer. This Chinook around, he's throwing weights around in the gym. Now high up in the profile, the Chinook can be fitted with an M60 machine gun on the ramp and two M134 miniguns on the port and starboard sides. Each of these is capable of firing 3,000 rounds a minute. That's 50 rounds a second and one hell of a noise. The Chinook and her crew can deter engagements, protecting her passengers and the troops on the ground. The team only ever joined the front line in 2013. It makes me really cool and proud. He's now found me at Formula One. When he realised he was too tall to be a driver for Mercedes, he decided to become a Chinook pilot instead. You can forget the revs of an F1 car, CJ. We all know the best noise in the world is that bit of blame on the ramp. The Chinook can simultaneously dispatch from 4 ropes if required, 1 from the door, 1 in the centre hatch, and 2 from the ramp. Whether they're fast ropes or abseil ropes depends on the task. Having been through the green on-call from Cal, Josh and Dave have sent their ropes out, and up to 30 troops could have departed that hovering Chinook in less than 2 minutes. It's not just troops, stores of kit, and even the furry land sharks, more formally known as military working dogs. As Cal comes to the overhead of the load, you may notice one of the hookers is holding their arm up with a static discharge probe or zapper snapper in their hand. They'll touch the hook with that first to dissipate any static electricity. This is particularly important when operating in dusty environments like the desert, saving everyone a nasty shock. As they approach the overhead of the load, Dave is looking directly through the centre hatch and is safely directing the pickup of that quad bike. All 4 crew working in synchronisation with those hookers on the ground underneath the hovering aircraft. Hookers feed the strops out as the strain comes on, looking to lift in the most efficient possible manner. With the quad now off the ground, Cal will be transitioning into the 12 o'clock. Chinooks have of course been used in operations moving stores, freight and vehicles everywhere from Afghan to Whaley Bridge. The Chinook can have 3 simultaneous underslung loads and carry up to 11.3 tonnes on its centre hook alone. This quad bike weighs a mere 350 kilos, but if it can be rigged, the Chinook and JH-30 can take it. Being such a capable aircraft, it can even lift another Chinook, albeit with a few of the bits cut off to save some weight. With a maximum all-up mass of 24.5 tonnes, this powerhouse can comfortably fit 30 troops inside, but with seating on the floor up to 50. The raw power and versatility of the Chinook is all down to its iconic tandem rotor design. It provides huge amounts of lift, a large cabin, and is all achieved without any of that dangerous messing about with tail rotors that frankly we Chinook types want absolutely no part of. That whacker noise is a pretty decent side effect too. As the crew are demonstrating an underslung load circuit for you, we'd better mention some of our hooking team. Leading JHSS today, we have Corporal Jordan, who served 9 years with the British Army Air Corps. Having served the majority of his time with 656 Squadron, working as ground crew on Apache, he's deployed to a variety of places, including Cyprus. As you can see by the swing in the turn, vehicles aren't big fans of heights. The crew will be moving the aircraft to counteract the swing as the load varies in the airflow. One final shout out to a crew member on board the aircraft as a special occasion today is Ted Coningsby. See him on Instagram if you know him. aircraft are now returning to drop off the load and complete what is called an operational drop-off. This is the combined rapid drop of the load and strops, followed by a quick egress away from a threat. This is particularly important in a dusty or high-threat environment, getting vital supplies exactly where they're needed on the battlefield as fast as possible. That's the strop release. The crew are lifting immediately and transitioning once more into a wing-over. National standby and readiness commitments for worldwide operations. It's worth noting that the Chinook flying today draws its crew and enablers exclusively from frontline units, with our roll demo activities conducted around normal operational commitments.
Sorry that the team had such dreadful conditions to display it, but I'm sure there'll be other opportunities at RIAT in the future. Thank you very much.